What's going on, YouTube? Today, I wanted to make a quick video on something very different than I normally upload about or post about. I'm going to be talking about the Continental Pro Contact tires. For this particular car, I recently purchased, let's see if you can see it, 255/45/19s tires. Sorry about the dirt on the car, but these are Continental. As you guys know, I'm currently going on a long road trip, and the tires that I had before were very, very flat. I mean, there was no thread on them. Thankfully, I checked it before I got on the road, but they were literally bald. And so I did a little bit of research because I wasn't sure, whether I wanted to fork out $300 or $400 per tire on Michelin's or whatever other brand there was. And so what I did is I did a little bit of review, and I also looked at YouTube videos. And the YouTube videos had nothing but bad reviews about these Pro Contact tires. And so I was very hesitant to buy these because I got such a good deal on them. And hopefully they don't cost me my life or blow up on my road trip. But I got these with about 70% thread on them, and I immediately noticed a difference. Now, I'm not going to compare them to the tires that I had before because, the tires that I had before didn't have any thread left. And so, matter of fact, I had no thread on the front for both of those tires, or very minimal thread. And then I had the previous owner of this car had put Atlas tires, which are, to my understanding, are Chinese made tires, which had about 80% thread. And so I didn't really feel comfortable taking a long road trip with the Atlas tires. And so I decided, I looked a little bit online, and I got such a good deal on these tires. And so far, they've been really, really good. I've had them for 2 days. I drove 40 miles to go get them. And as you can see, these are made in Portugal. 255/45s R19s Pro Contact. I was hoping that they would have pure contact, but in this case, again, these are used tires, and they said, hey, if you want, you can pick up some Pro Contacts for pennies on the dollar. And so what ended up happening was I had them installed on my Ford Taurus, and they all look in really good shape, again, considering the price that I paid for them. And I immediately noticed a difference, and obviously the difference was because the front wheels didn't have, any thread left. They were, you could feel everything on the road. And as soon as I got these tires, I can see a little bit about what people are talking about with, feeling the road a little bit more. But again, in my case, I'm comparing it to, bald tires, which were terrible. Even though they were a good brand, it was a completely different ride, obviously, because they were, bald tires. But these are, I can immediately feel the difference on the car. I mean, it was such a big difference. They ride really, really good on the freeway. And one of the things that I also wanted to talk about was I got these on Thursday, and then from a you know, a big place that sells used tires. But the following day, so I got them Wednesday, Thursday morning. This was something out of a movie or a comic strip, but I woke up and sure enough, this tire here was completely flat. So I think what ended up happening was they basically gave me a tire that wasn't really, that wasn't good. It was, probably hit in some kind of accident or whatever that they try to sell me. And it wasn't until I got to the shop that I noticed that it had two very faint yellow lines, such as indicating that, there was some kind of impact on the tire. But I thought, man, had I took a couple of minutes just to inspect the tires a little bit more, but you don't think that, you're gonna get ripped off, but, at least I didn't. But I, sure enough, gave them a call, and they said, well, bring it in, and, we'll give you a new tire. And that's exactly what happened. They, I took it in, they took a look at it, and sure enough, they said, we're gonna go ahead and replace it because we can't find what's defective on the tire. And so they immediately took the rim off, put a new tire in, and so far, I've noticed that I've been getting much higher miles per gallon than the ball tires that I had before. Believe it or not, I was averaging about 18.5 miles per gallon on this big car. And now, within 2 days, I've increased it to 19.5, just on the way basically to the major city where I live and back to the town where I'm from. This is, again, 2 days of driving, and I'm telling you that I could not be more happy about these. I'll come back and I'll keep you guys updated on how the tires performed. Obviously I haven't had them long enough to say, hey, you know what, these are garbage. Based on the facts that I read, they are subpar. They're not good. They're not good with snow. Seem to be okay with rain, which is the state that I'm going to has a lot of rain. So I said, okay, maybe, obviously I'm not going to a place with snow, but it is going to rain. So I wanted to make sure that I had tires that were okay with rain. So these were it. And so far, again, are good, have been performing really good. Showed immediate improvement on my miles per gallon. And I will do a second part here in a few weeks and keep you guys updated on how well these keep up. Okay, if you guys have any questions or any comments, maybe some of you that are very knowledgeable on tires, you can tell me what you guys think, what your experiences have been. As long as you're respectful, I could definitely entertain any comments that you have. Okay. Trying to think if I have anything else. No, that's pretty much it. Here's a final look at them. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. See you with the next video.